Right.
Good
There we
morning,
go.
folks. How we doing?
Good morning, everybody. Nice to see you all, bright and early.
Good morning. Welcome to the final few minutes of the crew bar.
See, everything's working well again? Absolutely.
Shut it. I'm still Colonel at the moment, but I'll put rename. Hang on, Dave. I've forgotten what Dave was it.
What's your name?
Not Dace. Dave.
Daisy.
Dave. Yeah. What am I doing? Yeah.
I have no idea.
Not. Yeah. Who's coming in? Oh, what's he?
Oh, what's his here?
Great.
With great difficulty.
Yeah.
Hi, Stephen. You were meant to say that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Steve, myself, and Steve came in straight off the other link.
Yeah.
Bobo did eventually.
Yeah. It wouldn't work. Once you gave me that short passcode, the PNK password that comes in, but trying to type in the long password, just wouldn't accept.
No.
Anyway,
You're in.
Just out of interest, what passcode did you come under? PNK6LN?
Yeah, that's what I came in on, Bobo.
Well, that's the one I tried and I couldn't get into, first of all.
Well, I didn't have that password to start with. It wasn't published.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Well, Watsy, thanks for coming in, because obviously there's been a few messages through that obviously it has got something to do with Nottingham Forest, and we don't believe anything different.
I knew that. I would have put my mortgage on that he wouldn't have been here tonight.
Exactly. And also,
that's a good game.
But poor Pete, although it is Chelsea, it is not Chelsea. He's not 100%, sadly. So
he's not. Okay.
Yeah, we're thinking of both the boys and their football teams. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
More so, Pete. Treatment knocking him around, is it?
It is. Yes. Yeah. He's had a bit of a side effect from it. I think it's not 100%.
Yeah, it does knock you around.
It sounds like he thinks he's got some sort of infection, Bobo.
Oh no, that's not good. Yeah. My twin brother, he's going to be ringing the bell on Wednesday. So
good on him.
Yeah, so he's done 20 treatments.
You know, they didn't have a bell at Basingstoke to ring.
Oh, they in Australia they don't use that system. He said to me, "I'm going to ring the bell on Wednesday." I said, "Pardon? Ring the bell?"
Yeah.
But in Australia they don't use that. But obviously it's something here, something to do with Macmillan. Yeah.
Well, Macmillan weren't involved. It was just at the radiotherapy department.
Has that been going on for years and years?
What, the bell?
The bell, yeah.
Yeah, I think it started off more with breast cancer and stuff like that.
Okay.
Sure. My wife did that 23 years ago.
Oh, okay.
With breast cancer, did exactly that after all the radiation and that.
Yeah. Still, anyway, so as far as this is the Aussie Crew Bar, and we've only just started recording because poor Watsy couldn't come in on the invitation I'd sent because it was the wrong one. But Watsy, welcome to from Down Under. How is it? How's the weather? And has the grass been growing?
The grass is on steroids.
Oh,
great.
Right.
The sun is shining, 32 degrees today, and we've had a bit of rain actually, which is unexpected. But yeah, we've had a bit of rain over the last couple of weeks, and rain today, and hot and humid and steamy. You can stand and watch the fucking stuff grow as you stand there looking at it.
Yeah.
Good.
Grow.
Yeah.
You can see. Is it? You say your bank account? You can see growing.
Yeah. As I watch the grass growing, I can see dollar signs appearing on top.
What about the other grass? Is that growing too?
They tell me that's growing as well, Bobo. Not that I know.
No, that's right, of course. Yeah.
Hey,
The electricity bills have gone up.
Now, Watsy, you'll have probably seen it on the not on Messenger, on WhatsApp. But do you see the walks that Bobo does?
Yes, yeah, the old geezers.
Oh, look,
heck.
they're so
Fantastic.
much fun.
Absolutely brilliant, fantastic. It really
Long way to travel for a walk, brother.
Oh no, it's fine because I coincide with seeing Matt, and so I get a free night out. So they usually con him. Yeah. So yeah, but today's quite interesting.
Walks.
Yeah, today's quite interesting. There's one of the guys on the walk. I've only met him on the walk. He was a captain on the ferries. His name's Gordon. Gordon, whatever his surname is. But he's in Cardiff. It's funny. His daughter lives in Cardiff. One of his daughters, and he's there decorating. So I'm meeting him up for coffee. I'm not going to help him decorate, but I'm going to meet her. But his other daughter's interesting. She's head of Sky, one of the Sky News reporters, journalist. I just can't remember no, it's Sophie. She's quite famous because she did this. She was there for the storming of the when Trump, where they stormed.
The White House.
Really, the White House.
Well, her team won some sort of journalist award for that because they followed the protesters right into the place, and it's quite interesting. So anyway, I'm meeting up with him, but the walks are fantastic. Yeah, I'm glad I'm involved.
Yeah, they're not really good.
Just once a month. Yeah,
and that going under that tunnel, Bobo, and walking
the
pedestrian
graded tunnel. Yeah, I love that.
Oh, that was wonderful. But yesterday or the day before when you did your walk, was it at the American Embassy or you saw the...
No, what happened was we got off at the Thames Link, City Thames Links, which is next to St. Paul's. So our first stops was St. Paul's Cathedral. So we got out of the station, and just as we were coming up, all the police were stopping the road, just as we got to St. Paul's. And to be quite honest, I didn't know what was going on either. So we went up, and apparently it was the service for Thanksgiving Day. So they had the American ambassador was going to the service. And so that was our first point. And then we walked all around the area around St. Paul's to the Old Bailey, to St. Bartholomew's Church, where Four Weddings and a Funeral was filmed.
Exactly.
Bowbells, Leadenhall Markets, and ended up, of course, in Wetherspoons.
That's right. I know it was either that or Fortnum's and Mason, wasn't it?
Yeah, and the guy Des, who's a good friend of Brendan, he's a character. So I've decided now on the walks we're going to do a little clip with Des because Des is so funny. Yeah. So, we were trying to decide whether it was Fortnum and Masons or Wetherspoons. Wetherspoons were.
So is Des was the funny guy that was doing but so you said he worked with Brendan. Were they on the ferries together?
When did Brendan work for BP? Didn't he?
Yes, he did. He went from ferries to he went from ferries to he went from Dover ferries to Northlink, going up over the Shetland and Orkney out of Aberdeen, and then from there he went to BP. Yeah, and he was.
I have a feeling that Des might have been his boss or
in BP,
colleague at BP, but he's full of life. It's only a small group, but very good. Yeah, good fun. Someone's just coming in. I don't know who that is.
It's Taffy.
Oh, good.
Coming in. Yeah. Good. I think it should. Hopefully, it is. There he is.
Bobo, how far are the walks? How far do you go?
They're not far. It's just a nice, quiet walk. We probably do in steps, probably about 20,000 steps. Not far, because we just meander. It's not a full on.
Do you think it's about 3 or 4 miles?
Yeah, probably something like that. Wouldn't be any more. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant!
Just lots of fun. Brilliant. Lots of fun. Yeah.
Morning, Taffy.
Morning, men.
Good to see you.
Mate.
I hope the weather's nicer down down under because it's black and grey here in the valleys.
It sure is, Taffy, in Cardiff the same. Yeah.
Oh, do. It's going to be a long old winter.
Mm. It will be.
It's only-
But what's
only
he's already
32
bathing
degrees
in
here, Taff.
sunshine?
Where have you been off to then, Bobo? You've been
Me?
walking, eh?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
where do you go
I did the
walking? Don't
walking
give me the full
yesterday.
picture.
Mm.
Where?
Yesterday, I got my bicycle out yesterday. It was the best day in Cardiff. I cycled all the way to, I can never pronounce this right, to Castle Cog. How do I say it, Taffy?
It's not cock.
How do you say? Cock on the line.
Honestly, you get Castle Cock.
I can't say. I'm not going to
It's
say
a wonderful castle, but it's Castle Coch.
it. Cool.
Castle Coch.
There's a lot of cork around.
There.
Anyway, I cycled
I
all
can't
the
wait
way.
for you to bring that up in a conversation, Bobo.
Yeah. I cycled all the way there, had a beer, saw the castle, and I thought, bugger this, I'm not going back riding. So I caught the train from Taffwell.
Oh, well done,
Station.
Bobo.
Yeah.
Ah,
big day.
That's cheating.
yeah,
I know
that is,
it's cheesy, but it's a lot. It's a fair way. Yeah.
yeah, but it's all downhill back. See, Bobo, you should.
I know it is, but it was getting
Surprised you
dark
there.
and yeah.
I
My
was over
excuse.
there. I had to have a new windscreen in the Taffmobile, and that's what I was.
Oh, okay.
Taff's well,
Okay.
and I put it into the shop, and they had a waiting room there, but it was a cold. The trouble is, I can't hack the cold anymore. But I went for a walk. I went for an hour that way, and an hour back, and it was ready, waiting for me. Fair play. And it is a lovely place, Castle Coch. It's
Yeah.
Taff's Wells in particular, which is in the shadow of Castle Coch.
Well done. Well
That's
done, Bobo.
okay.
Remember that.
Yeah.
I can never remember. I can't get that right. It's about the channel as well. I can't get that one right.
Put that on my bucket list, I think.
Yeah. No, it's nice area, guys. Nice. Yeah.
Hey, but Watsy, you've got a mobile home as well, haven't you? Do
No.
you hire one have you done travelled in one, or do you just go by car and stay at accommodation?
Yes, yeah. We just
Right.
drive to wherever we go, and we did Western Australia. We flew to Broome, and then hired a car and drove all the way down to Perth over
Beautiful.
a 6-week period.
Yeah.
And then going to Victoria, South Australia. We'll drive Queensland. We'll drive from here. Only fly to Tasmania. We flew there and then hire a car but we hotel it and
So you
Airbnb.
drive and do
Airbnb.
Airbnb or whatever.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah,
it.
I'm not into the caravan and camping
No.
Big.
side of things.
I tell you what, Steve, I've had the most wonderful road trips down there. I know
Yeah,
people, and I was lucky enough for the last 30 years, up until this bloody Corona business, to have to be able to get a 3 months, because I finished work 17 years ago, but I've been able to go off for 3 months, and I'd have
yes,
I'd fly via Los Angeles. I'd have a week on the beach at Santa Monica, Los Angeles. I'd then have a week in the desert over in towards Las Vegas, and 29 Palms is Nevada desert. Then I'd get on the plane then and go for 2.5 months in Australia. And I wish I'd have known you better, and I'd have been in contact with you, because
absolutely.
but the beauty, I suppose, for me is I'm pretty good on my own in anyhow. I consider myself a contented loner.
Yeah.
But I love company, but I have to sort of follow the road, and honestly, I'd pick up a car in Sydney, I drive up through the Blue Mountains around to Port Macquarie. How do you say Port Macquarie?
Port Macquarie, yeah, something like that.
Yeah. And you,
That's a lovely place. Lovely place.
And
Top
I got to tell you a story here, because I know you will have, there's only 6 of us, so you won't mind me babbling on, really. It'll fill a gap, maybe. But I got to Port Macquarie and I booked into and they're so quaint, your motels and everything. They're so value for money, and they look nice, and on Coffs Harbour, I stayed there in a hotel.
Yeah.
But when I got to Port Macquarie, I meet up with a fellowship, and I met. I used to have a great friend years ago, about years and years ago, before this last road trip, big road trip I did, and he only had one leg. This guy, now it sounds funny, but he lost his leg, and I was going to go in partnership with him selling cars, because he was Australian. But he was selling cars here in Wales. He had he used to dot cars all over the place and telephone numbers. He made a living. Well, I'm like, we got to Port Macquarie, and I went to one of these fellowship meetings, and I says, because what had happened, I'd been at sea, and I came home off leave, and they'd said, Pete the Leg, he's gone back to Australia. Everybody's got a nickname in Wales. Pete the Leg has gone back to Australia. And he was married. He married a Welsh girl. So then I got to Port Macquarie, and I said, I wish I could track my old mate down. Pete, he only had one leg. And then somebody says, we know, that's Pete. And this guy, I said, look, don't give me no telephone numbers or anything. He says, no, I got to tell you.
Don't say hello.
He said, I got to tell you, he's passed away. He passed away about 18 months ago. And I thought, what? Is that amazing that I travel all the way around the world, go into a room of strangers, there's about 20 odd people there, guys mostly, just mention that I had a mate, Pete, with one leg.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll give you the phone number of his wife. And I said, well, phone her first and ask her if it's all right, because I was staying there a few days. Well, she phoned me, and we met up and I got to take my hat off to your bowling clubs and your rugby clubs. I mean, the facilities are just amazing, and the welcome you get is unbelievable. That's why I watch all the rugby tournaments down there over the years.
That's exploded, Taff. Port Macquarie absolutely exploded with retirees. Yeah, that's the place to. Yeah. That's the place to. Everybody would like to go and retire.
Yeah, an old schoolmate of mine lives there. That's who I go and stay with. And they live in one of these retirement villages, him and his wife. But what I didn't know, and I've been there loads of times, is Andy Parmenter lives there.
I don't know Andy. I only know of him. I don't know him, but I know of him. Yeah.
Taffy must know Andy Parmenter.
What was he on, Fruity?
Well, he was on Oriana and Canberra, I'm sure, and he might have been on Secret.
I know him. Yeah,
big tall guy. And I didn't know he lived there. And there's a BR lives up there. A bedroom steward lives there as well. Kenny somebody. But and I only found that out after I'd been there.
There's a big winery there I used to do a lot of work with when I had my wine business, called Cassegrain. I don't know if you would ever known that, Taff. It was right on the highway, on the Pacific Highway, and it was what they call a maritime climate, because very close to the ocean. And so they had a particular style of wine that not many other places did. But very big winery. Well, the freeway now, the highway has been extended and runs back right the way past Port Macquarie. So you really have to sort of detour off to go into Port Macquarie now, rather than sort of go through it.
That's good in a way, because once you're there, you don't want to get in the car. You want to just, there's so much there in such a lovely little area. But I met up with this guy's wife the next day in the bowling club, and we had dinner, and she hit on me.
Wow.
Lucky you.
And I mean, I got to admit, I did look pretty healthy looking then. You know, I looked healthy.
It a lot to offer.
I'd been on the beach for 2.5 months virtually traveling, and but I do you know, I couldn't. God bless him, beat the leg. I couldn't have it.
Couldn't bring yourself to get your leg over.
Yeah, but and anyhow, we made a great friendship actually, and she introduced me to her mother and father-in-law, who were Welsh and had moved out with them. But that Pete the Leg, he owned the main dealership for Mercedes out there in Port Macquarie.
Wow.
So he'd gone back to us. He was a little bit part car dealer in the valleys here, you know, little old cars dotted around on the side of the road.
Yeah.
He'd gone back to Australia, and he owned the main dealership for Mercedes in Port Macquarie.
Wow.
And we're still in touch and everything, because her parents were really lovely, you know. They had a barbecue for me up there, and they really took me in, you know. I just love Australia. I think it's
lovely. Yeah.
I love it down there. It would have suited me.
I think I've got to agree. I think I've got to agree with you.
What's that, Watsy?
I said I think I've got to agree with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, but Watsy's got the streamers out all ready to welcome us all.
Yeah, that's 1970.
They're all waiting for you.
Oh, thank you.
Do you remember the guy with the white coat that used to sell those streamers? He used to be there all the time. He would be dead now, but he was a nice guy, wasn't he?
He would have died with $1 million in his pocket, I reckon.
He would. He was down there every time, wasn't he? Yeah.
He was.
Oh,
he was.
He wouldn't want to. Will you be taking us down? Will you be our? Well, obviously, you'll get us down there because obviously you can speak the lingo fluently. So we'll get by, won't we?
Of course. Of course.
They're Scotland doing the streamers now, aren't they? Are they not allowed to do that?
No, they're not allowed to.
Yeah, not allowed that now. You struggle to get near the international terminal now, the way that Circular Quay's done. You can't even get close.
Right.
Oh, hey, no, what? Sorry, I did see, but I to be honest, I haven't read it in full. What was it they were saying about the P&O ships down under? There was a bit of a
there was a P&O ship left Sydney to go to New Zealand and to tour New Zealand, and they got to Auckland and they were supposed to do 5 or 6 stops around New Zealand, and the Border Protection stopped them and turned them around, wouldn't let them in. So it wouldn't let them pass. I'm not sure. I don't know what the reason was, but there was some kind. I don't know what the reason was, but the Border Patrol wouldn't let them in, so they turned them around and decided that they'll go to Tasmania instead. So they sailed to Tasmania and did a couple of top stops, but I mean the media, blew it up all out of proportion, and P&O were offering credits and $300 credits and blah blah blah. It was announced today that they offered them 50% discount off of their next cruise, but now that's turned today into 50% refund.
Yeah,
complete refund. Because of all the bloody press that they were getting. It wasn't good for them,
No.
Do you know what it was to do with? It was to do with some sort of algae or barnacles or something on the hull. And they were supposed to clean it at sea, or I don't know how they did it, but they're going to do it before they got there.
Yes,
it was a big storm, so they couldn't do it. So that's why
divers couldn't get down, so they refused them entry.
You say about blown out of proportion. It was like that COVID thing, wasn't it? I read an article on that. In the end, it turned out it was just the average number of people that they would expect to have infections. It wasn't
Yeah,
anything over the top like they originally made it out to be.
Good news doesn't sell newspapers.
No.
No, that's right. It doesn't. Yeah.
True. Yeah. Oh,
And then they had the Ovation of the Seas yesterday. Left Sydney, and I think they had about a day and a half out, but had to turn round because they had some kind of passenger medical emergency and needed to urgent hospital, not ship hospital. So the ship had to turn around, come back to Sydney to drop this passenger off before they went again. So yeah, it's been all go. The cruise ships are getting plenty of press.
Yeah. And you know, Colonel's. I think he's just finished the first 4-day. You know, now I think Cindy's now going into it's a conference thing now, I believe, back in Fort Lauderdale. But Colonel had said, you know, with the ships that there were like 4 or 5 of these big ones down wherever they were berthed.
It was Cozumel.
He said that although he's on a big ship, they actually the passenger figure is not relevant to the size of the ship. You know, it's got plenty of space, but they're not rattling around, but they have got quite a few areas. He said the entertainment was really good. Hang on, where was it? He put down this one. He says is not a monster. It's only 140,000 tons, which obviously for us is still big, but it's not as big as some of them. 2,700 passengers on board, although the max is 3.8. But he says the space is plenty of places to avoid the crowds, and the shows we've seen have been amazing. And he said that he's put himself in trouble here because he says, I'll put a video together once we get ashore. Well, you can't video the shows, can you? All right, officially. So he must have got one of those, lapel cameras or whatever.
Yeah. In his pocket.
What ship is he on? Do you know?
He said he's on the Accent. He's put ACCENT, Ascent, the Ascent. Does that sound right?
Is that Carnival? Is it or
No, I don't think it is. I can't remember now. I know he put something on. I don't know, it was Facebook or somewhere.
Right.
Or that or one of the groups, because there were some photographs. There was one of him with the 2 captains, the 2 brothers.
That's it. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, that's right. That was amazing, wasn't it? Which one's that? Oh, that might be on the Crew Bar one, is it? Or
but he was actually when he was talking about where the ships were, he was in Cozumel. I don't know if any of you've been there, but Sea Princess did a winter season out of Fort Lauderdale in 85, 86. And we went there and there was nothing there. There was one hotel, if I remember right, and that's all there was.
Where was it, Fruity?
Well, it was end of 85, 86. And we went out, we got to Fort Lauderdale for Christmas, and then we were out there till about end of March, I think. Let me have to see if it's in my computer.
Yeah.
Hang on, where is it? None. If I've got this right, you can see Cindy with the 2 brothers. Hang on, if we can.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Yeah, I saw the photo.
Yes. So they're 2 captains, are they?
They're joint captains or something.
Wow.
They're brothers. Yeah, they're brothers.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was on Sea Princess. We Fort Lauderdale on the 18th of January 86. Came home, and then I went back for a little bit of local leave rejoined it on the 12th of March. And then we changed articles in Helsinki in June, but can't remember when we got back to Southampton now. But it was like between 7 and 10 night cruises around the Caribbean.
Right.
You know, it was a mixture of fly crews and Americans.
Yeah. Oh. So, but obviously we'll be waiting for Colonel's next bit. Do you know what? He honestly, he does put a lot of thought into this crew bar, because he sent a message yesterday. He said, Dave, he said, I will check my emails at this is 3:45 in the morning over where he is, because he said, I'll get a message on the email if you're trying to log in and it's asking me, as in Colonel, for a password, you know, because as it is, it's accepting my laptop now, luckily. But if not, he said, I'm on standby. I thought, I mean, I love you all, boys, but I'm not going to wake up 3:45 in the morning to make sure you're all tuned in. Bloody.
Not nice.
especially on the crew bar when he moans because it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly.
He's not ready yet.
So if he's bad enough at 2:45 in the morning, what's he like at 3:45? You know.
He's ready to drive a bus, mate. He's ready to drive a bus.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh,
He'll be up waiting for the football to come on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
now you mentioned football, so you know, obviously, there are some of of us that we love sport, don't we, Fruity?
yeah.
We do love
Sorry,
it.
Dave.
but anyway, by the by, we've all done well this weekend, apart from
Martin.
apart from Paul Martin
And Chelsea.
and Pete, you know. But apart from that, hey, because you boys did all right down your way. Have you looked at your sports results, Taffy?
Yeah,
I saw it. Yeah.
I'm into that routine now. I watch I get home for the rugby at 5 o'clock on the telly from my live game.
Don't wake Fruity up, will you?
Fruity, the thing is, you know, we try not to mention it, but Taffy says, I always keep an eye out for all your boys' results. You know, he always does. Well, the thing is, he's got me now looking at flipping Cardiff, Swansea, and blinking Wrexham. You know, of every flipping time, I'm always looking at, and they did all right yesterday. Apart from Swansea, only drew, but the other two, had good results.
Cardiff won,
and Coventry did all right, Bobo.
Oh, did they? What was? Sorry, I'd have to ask.
They won
Who
away.
did they play
won away
yesterday?
3-0. That was a good one.
3-0.
Yeah. Quite a good team, actually. I can't remember. I can have
my friend will be
But anyway,
happy.
yeah, they did all right. But by the by, that's good. But the only other sporting bit is that about tennis now, Fruity, because Annabelle Croft, who was she was as good a player from the UK, you know, at Wimbledon and what have you in the past, and now she does sports presentations or, you know, whatever. But she's in Strictly Come Dancing, you know, the thing.
Oh, that's worse than fucking football.
For me, I can't stand that.
I knew it. So
Alan Bacon used to go to the pub as soon as it came on telly on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I'm like you, Fred. I can't stand that Strictly.
It's
like a religion over there, isn't it?
Yeah.
My brother's the same. I can't
my sister won't answer the phone to me, even to me, if she's watching that.
Oh, I don't watch any of that crap. Get me out of the jungle.
Oh, I can't stand that Celebrity of the Jungle.
Oh, it's all bollocks.
So Bobo, you won at Millwall 3-0.
Oh, Millwall, good.
Yeah, so that was very, very good.
I'll ring you.
I'd like to have watched that your celebrity jungle thing, because Frankie Dettori's in it. I read.
Is he?
Yeah. Frankie Dettori has gone into the jungle.
Yes, he is. Yes, he's just come in.
He's not still riding horses, is he?
I'd like to have watched it just for him.
What, do you get it? Do you get it down there? Do you?
No, I download it on the torrent. I download it from the torrent and watch it there. Watch it then, but I just wanted to see him.
Yeah.
He came into Australia early in November because he came for the Melbourne. He I knew he was going to be on it because he came for the Melbourne Cup, but he was suspended from riding at the time, so there was no way he was going to ride in the Melbourne Cup. But yeah, he came down for the Melbourne Cup Carnival and then went straight into the jungle.
So why was he suspended?
I'm not sure. Not suspended from, like, as in Australia, but suspended from riding for, I don't know, riding too many winners, or I don't know what he's done. Something. He's done something wrong.
Too much use of the whip.
He's retired, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. I think
He's
he has
retired,
now,
yeah.
isn't he? He has retired now.
He retired this year, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was. I think, yeah, I don't know. I just read that he was suspended, so he couldn't ride anyway out of here. He usually rides in the Melbourne Cup.
Steve.
Britney Spears' sister's in it as well, in that jungle. She does look a bit like Britney Spears.
And Nigel Farage.
Nigel Farage.
Frog face.
Yeah.
He's only in it. He's in it because he wants as much TV coverage of him.
Yeah,
he is. Honestly, he's there. He wants to be. He wants to be in as much as he can. You know.
And being paid £1.5 million fucking pounds.
Yeah.
Is that much?
Yeah.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Oh, deep.
Prick.
Why?
Don't get started about that guy.
Yeah. Hey.
You'll upset me for the day.
Yeah.
Oh.
Going.
Taffy, that's a great picture behind you. Obviously with a Canberra coming in or out of Sydney. But where'd you get that picture from?
I picked that one up somewhere because Canberra was my first ship, and it was my first entry into Australia, the first ever time. It arrived in Sydney in 1974, I think, 73, 74 World Cruise. And, oh man, that was it. I was sold. You know, we jumped on the ferry and went to Manly, and I just thought this is a different planet. But Steve, I wanted to you reminded me of a story of what's the Melbourne Cup, isn't there? You know, this school teacher, she took the lady, Mrs. Evans, she took a busload of kids to the races for the Melbourne Cup, or for one of the race courses out there. And just before the first race, she says, right, children, I want you to all go around the back of the stand and have a wee-wee. So all the kids went around the back of the stand, except for one little fella, and she says, what's your name, son? So you go around the back and have a wee-wee. So they all go around the back, around the wee-wee, and anyhow, she's there, and this little fella pulls out this enormous willy. And she says, what's your name, sonny? She said, Scobie Breesley. All right, I could have said, but you already mentioned, but I thought you'd know Scobie Breesley.
I do know Scobie Breesley, yeah.
Enough, but that was my favourite port at Sydney, 3 days on a world cruise. And we were unlucky. We had Reg Furman as a barman the first time I went there, and he wouldn't close the bar. Reg Furman wouldn't close the bar for nothing. He was unbelievable. And but we did get a bit of time off, and I loved it out there. So that was me sold on Australia.
Good.
Yeah, Reg Furman. And Derek was PRS there then as well at the same time, I think.
What, Scotty?
Scotty, yeah. Work, that was 73, 74. And I think I'd done 3 world cruises, or 2 world cruises, and then I left and went West Coast. Joined up with you.
It's great to do that, Worldy. But a quick one now for Watsy. What's the floating flats behind you?
Yeah, that's one of those shit-ormous carnivals that went out on. I went over to a friend's place, a girl who used to work with us, and they just bought a unit at Manly, right on the North Head. you can just you just absolutely see the entry to the heads of Sydney and the most magnificent views. This was just sitting in her lounge room watching that princess leave on earlier in the week. Yeah, magnificent, great shot. Look,
That's
Massive.
lovely.
Massive.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, fantastic. But fantastic. I mean, fantastic unit. Shit of a ship, but fantastic unit. Fantastic views of the harbour.
She's got, yeah.
Mm.
Mind you, going back to lovely views and that, you know, Macca was on the other week and he was staying up.
Yeah.
What's his name's?
Callows.
What was it?
Callows up at Sunshine.
Callows, yeah.
Callows in Newcastle.
Yeah, Sunshine, isn't it? Sunshine.
Yeah, it's Lake Macquarie.
Yeah.
It looked wonderful. Looked lovely up there, didn't it?
Yeah. It's a beautiful spot. Well, the lake is so big, huge, the Lake Macquarie. So all the way around is residential. There's residential all the way around with views, similar to what Callows got. It is a beautiful spot.
Yeah. It looked wonderful, flipping heck. And then you've got the plunge pool just down below him, and then he's got the
that's right. Yeah.
Well, it's the life down there, isn't it? So Bobo, but you're a nice spot where you are in Cardiff, aren't you? Because you're right there near into the
it's near the bay. It's lovely. It's for me, it's just ideal because 15-minute walk to the station, literally 15-minute walk to the station. Taffy knows it. 15 minutes to the bay, and it's just good location. Yeah, so it's really good. And I've got my daughter arriving February 8th or 9th to Ramsgate. She's decided.
Wow, but is this full time then? Is she coming over?
Yeah.
So that means you've got your son and daughter over.
Yeah. I've sort of come up trumps. So yeah, I'm really, really happy.
How about the wife?
Somebody had to ask.
But Bobo, are you applying for yet another passport at the moment?
Yeah, I'm still going through it.
Haven't got it yet.
Actually, I've come to I got lazy, but I've just got to get a copy of my father's death certificate. But my sister's got one, but I'm going to actually apply for one. Save me going up to Kenilworth to get it. But I'm going to Northern Ireland next Friday, so I will get it next week because my brother and I are both going to do the application together. But I just got a bit. I was full on, and then it's been full stop. Yeah, but it's quite a lot involved though, Fruity, with getting things, the documents.
Well, I was lucky because I managed to get everything I needed. I'd already got my granddad's stuff when I was doing the ancestry stuff, and I had my dad's birth certificate. Well, I had all my dad's stuff, luckily.
Yeah, I didn't.
Birth, death, and his marriage certificate. So I had 6 documents, so I everything. But I originally applied for an overseas birth, not realizing that I didn't need to.
You don't need it,
because after almost a year I got a thing back from them to say I was already an Irish citizen by birth. I didn't need to register. And what they did, they sent the passport application form. So all I needed to do then was, I think, just send the dad's stuff. I don't think I needed the granddad's.
No, you don't need your granddad's. Yeah.
No, Fruity, will you, once you get the Irish passport, will you be using this to do a holiday job in Europe or something? I don't know. What's your plans?
Well, obviously, I've not used it to go to Spain as yet, but you would get the benefits of healthcare, I think.
Right.
Because you're an EU citizen.
But you don't want to be doing your pension stuff out there because they're freezing the pensions, aren't they, for the expats? Is that right?
But I've no intention of going out there to live, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah. Because we've got the bonus of next year. The state pensions going up 8% or something, isn't it, for us
Really?
boys.
Yeah,
you
about
know,
900 quid extra.
which is good.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
900. That's 900 quid a week extra. Right?
Look, don't get me fucking started.
Oh, of course. Sorry, it doesn't include Wales. Sorry, Taffy. Forgot that. Forgot. But anyway, so next year, obviously that's coming in. But Fruity, the last question is: were you thinking of going just for extended holidays out there?
Well, no, but the advantage is, even if you only go for a week, you don't have to go and queue to go through all the immigration process. You go through as an EU citizen.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
So you go through a different channel.
And you can go there as many times as you like. You're not
Yeah,
limited.
there's no 90-day rule or whatever it is if you wanted to.
If you want to,
It's like it's like coming into England that you choose which has got the shortest queue, the others or the UK passport. So then you decide which queue you go to.
Yeah, yeah. Got it. Hey, now Taffy, the next question. I saw on your YouTube stuff, which was great. You doing your tours and over in Europe and that. Have you got thoughts of going out in the new year, or will it be more in the summertime that you're thinking of going for another?
I'm getting the Taffmobile prepped for a trip out to a winter fair. Probably Bruges.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, because I went there a few years ago and I loved it. I stayed in a hotel, but it was really nice. This time, the van is totally self-sufficient, so the cold and the wet doesn't really. I'm all right. It just means a bit miserable, isn't it, in the winter? Yeah. But, I'm going to head off probably within the next 10 days. I'm going to have
nice.
a night or two in Windsor, and I'm going to travel in on the train and see the London lights.
Good.
Because they look fantastic. You know, Oxford Street and everything.
I did that the other night, Taffy. Great. They're good. You'll enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And then the next, I'll drive down to Dover, go across up to Belgium, and go to Bruges for a few nights. So I'll be doing that in the next 10 days because I'll get stir crazy. I mean, I go out every day, but it's just so bloody miserable with the weather.
Yeah.
But I ain't got quite enough energy to do a long run down to Spain or south of France is my favorite.
Not yet.
I'll have to wait till the spring now, I think.
Yeah.
Spring.
And Stevie Walker, was it Bruges you went to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had a day in Bruges when we were on that last cruise, yeah.
And am I correct in saying, was this the place that you nearly missed the ship? I'm just trying to remember.
Yes. Not so much the ship, it was the bus. Back to the ship. We couldn't find where the bloody bus was, but we did it eventually. We got there.
But
was it tied up in Zeebrugge, the passenger cruise ship?
Yeah.
That's what I went in and out of for about 8 years.
Yeah.
In and out to Zeebrugge.
Yeah, Zebra. I've been on cruises there quite a few times, but I've never bothered to go to Bruges because I went there years ago. We just used to get the free shuttle bus into Blankenberg.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah.
And go down there and have a few beers, some Mauls and Fritz. I think the last time I did it was with Ray Pritchard and his wife. When we were on the Oriana at one time.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice.
I went to Blankenberg with a
coastal road. I'm going to drive up that coastal road past Blankenberg and just keep to the coast all the way up. It's really nice. Bells is quite it's lovely, really, driving from a simple place as Calais to up towards just go north, just follow the coast.
Ostend.
It's lovely. It's a lot. You know, you got Dunkirk. It's full of interest. That road, really. You've got Dunkirk, then you're over the border into Belgium. You know, it's really interesting place.
Guys, I've got to cut in because I've got to go, Taffy, to Pontcanna. So
That's all right, Bobo. It has come to that time,
Sorry,
actually.
but, yeah,
So we better all do a wave together because there's not many hands to do it. All right. So
I'll put two up.
if you've got a flag, put a third one up as well, Watsy.
We haven't done so bad today. We've had at least one Aussie in.
Hey,
Say again,
I just want to let Bobo know that Pontcanna is where all the media and the TV, BBC Wales and all radio and everything. That's where they all live over in Pontcanna.
Well, quickly, the guy that I'm meeting, his daughter works for the BBC. She's an artist in Cardiff, but she does all the painting stuff for a lot of props or something for the BBC.
They all live in that area.
So I'll see you later.
All right, boys.
All right.
Hey, it's good to see you, and we'll cut the recording. We're going to go for it now. Okay, fingers crossed. And it says, "Are you sure you want to record into the cloud?" Yes.